Hello, internet world. How are you today? Since I've been kind of on a roll with filming some videos of various sorts, I figured might as well keep it going. I'm not sure when they're going to be uploaded, but at least they're getting made. Don't know if I'm going to be happy with them enough to upload them, but hey, getting it done. So I have a few minutes before my next class of the day. Actually, it's a lab. So I figured I would just offer my opinion on food because food is a part of all of our lives and we all have a different opinion on it and we all have different eating habits. And there's a lot of controversy over a lot of things, whether some things are good for you or some things are bad for you, and everyone has their opinion on it. So I'm going to tell you mine so you can kind of get to know where I stand. I would like to think I'm a very open-minded person. I like to be very educated about something before I form an opinion about it, and I won't judge something I don't understand, because if you don't understand something, how do you really know what's true and what's not? So I think about a year ago, I was perusing the internet like I do quite often, and I stumbled upon, I like to stay active. Sometimes I'm really lazy and fall off the workout bandwagon for a bit, but in general I like to stay active. So that keeps me, I think, in fairly good shape. I have a fairly good metabolism as it seems, but I always like the idea of a healthy lifestyle. And about a year ago, I learned just how important your nutrition really is in the big picture. I stumbled upon internet videos on the internet. Can't talk. I think on YouTube. I think so. And it was talking about the vegan lifestyle. And I was curious, so I checked it out. I've never been a big meat eater. I don't touch it too often. So I was kind of curious. I have a friend who's a vegetarian, but I can't say I have any friends who are vegan. And learning about what it is, I always knew what it is, or what vegan people consumed. I was aware of that before. I just didn't realize, I guess, the big picture of it all, like the lifestyle and how many food options you really have. So anyway, I stumbled upon a video about veganism, and I was like, this is interesting. For me, I'm a big cheese eater. I love me some cheese. So I was like, well, why don't I just try and cut back and try and find substitutes? Because I wanted to give it a shot, because a lot of people were saying that they just felt better. And I noticed every time I would consume, or I do consume, meat or dairy, you kind of feel like a little more like you have less energy, and sometimes it didn't always agree with me, with my stomach. And so I love fruit, big fruit eater. Veggies I can kind of, So anyway, so along with making more vegan conscious choices, about a year ago I was really keeping up with my workout routine, and I noticed some really great results. Because I didn't feel like I needed to lose a lot of weight or anything. I just wanted to adapt a healthier lifestyle and feel healthier and get a little toned up, because there's nothing wrong with that. And I was noticing some really great results with a combination of that too. And I've been like exercising for quite a while before that, and I noticed that these results came a lot faster as soon as I changed my diet. And that's when I kind of realized that, wow, diet makes a huge difference in the way you feel and the results that you get. So I basically just, yeah, I swapped out. I used to be a big milk drinker. I swapped out that for almond milk. If I go to Starbucks, because I do that a lot, because I love me some Starbucks, I'll make my drinks with soy milk instead. With cheese, it was harder. I tried the dairy alternative cheese. I can handle it like on a pizza, not so much like by itself, because normally I'll eat like normal cheese by the handful. It's so good. And let's see what else. Never liked eggs, so that wasn't really a problem for me. And basically just really started reading all the labels and realizing how many products we consume have milk and dairy in them. It was kind of interesting. So yeah, I learned a lot. I bought a vegan cookbook. I was never a big cook before. I learned how to make a whole bunch of different foods, and I tried a whole bunch of different foods that I would never dream of trying before. I will try anything, food-wise, but if I don't like it, I'm not going to eat it. And what I really discovered through this is that there are a lot of vegan foods that taste absolutely amazing, and you just feel better after eating them, I find. Again, this is like totally my opinion, my experience with it. No, I am not 100% vegan. I would say about 80% of the time I will eat a vegan diet. I had this mindset going into it that I wasn't going to be like, okay, today I am vegan. I didn't want to have that like extreme like you cannot eat this anymore, because I find if people with me at least, if I would limit myself, I would just like completely like next day probably be like, I'm done with this. I wanted to get used to the idea on my own terms and kind of like gradually make my way there, I guess, because I wanted to teach myself and kind of to just learn to accept it, if that makes any sense. I didn't want to set like any barriers, being like, this is what you have to do, you can't. Because if you set rules, honestly, they're probably gonna be broken. Let's be honest here. So for me, it's kind of like a journey. It's a learning experience, and just making sure I get all the nutrition out of it that I can. And yeah, so maybe someday I will be 100% vegan. You never know. I mean, granted, it's really hard in social situations, in some social situations, because socializing gravitates around food so much, and you really realize that when you start to, I say, limit yourself with that eating style, but you're really not. You're really not limiting yourself. Like, it opens whole new doors. You learn so many different substitutes that taste like even more amazing than the normal version. So I don't know. That's been my experience with it. I'm still learning, and it's exciting because I'm a very picky eater. But I learned a whole bunch of things that I now like to eat, and I feel better about my food choices now. I'm a little more conscious of them. It's all about being educated, really. I mean, there's so many fad diets that are out there. I don't believe that's one of them, though. And people will argue you can't go without meat, or you can't go without dairy because of all the protein. And I mean, people of vegans with this lifestyle have gone through blood tests and such, and they found to be like their ranges are within normal levels. Like, I do truly believe that you can get what you need from this lifestyle. I do. you may not think the same thing. And most of North America, most of the world doesn't believe that, because that's not what we're used to. It's new and, well, not new, but it's a fairly, I would like to think it's a growing concept, and it's definitely not the norm for what we're used to in society. So obviously it's going to be met with some, questions, and as it should. Things should be questioned. There's nothing wrong with that. But I just believe in being educated before you make a snap decision about it, because, yeah, get educated. It's important. Learn stuff. And I just wanted to make that video really fast before I go to class, which I should probably go to class now. Yeah, so I mean, if you have any questions about where I'm at with my eating habits or anything about that, I'm still learning. I'm not an expert at all. I just, I advocate it, and I think it's great. So if you have any questions about it, let me know. And also something I'm probably going to try and do, I'm sorry these videos are so long. If you want them shorter, just suggest it. I can make them in parts if you want, because I tend to talk a lot sometimes. But yeah, something else I'm going to try to do is, if I'm filming a video, I'm like, hey, I like my outfit today, I'll probably show you my outfit. Outfit of the day, you'll notice really fast, I'm kind of a hipster. I discovered that, hipster clothing is kind of really comfortable, so I just kind of stuck with it, and I enjoy it, and I like it. So, yeah, but my style is kind of a little different. But here's today's outfit. I'm going to try and show you without being, super awkward. So I have a beanie on. It's a neck beanie from PacSun. Love PacSun. I live in Canada, so we don't really have PacSun here. Maybe in Toronto we do, I'm not sure. This is getting really weird. Okay. Love this beanie though. I love hats, like I said. I've worn it in the other video. I have this romper on. Let's see if I can do this. From H&M. And it's just super comfy and it has pockets, so I like it. I enjoy rompers, they're fun. Yeah, it's one of my tattoos. It's a ship. It's another one. And I just put some tights on. Black tights, because it's kind of cold here in Canada. So it's almost getting to fall. So yeah, keep me warm. Normally I have a sweater with this during the day when I'm outside. I just don't have it on now because I got a little hot walking to class. And this is what the back looks like. Yeah, that's another tattoo. And I just have this bandeau bra on right now. Normally, if I were going to show this, I would put a black bandeau underneath it. Whoops. But since it's not going to be showing because I've had the sweater all day, I don't bother. And my shoes are in my room. They're cute. I'll go get them. While you get a tour of my apartment, meanwhile. And yeah. So, here we are. These are my shoes. They're Toms, and you can kind of see me in the background too. That's really weird. It's really weird. These are Toms. I love them. They're wedges, and I saw them and I had to have them because they're super cute. I wear them every day in the fall, and I'm just gonna take a seat at my desk where I do my makeup normally. So yeah, that's it for today, and this is a very long video, and I apologize for that. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will be seeing you later. Bye!